host of the Gridiron.
Got to get that running game. I mean, that run game would be huge. Whether Singletary goes or, we got to rely on Tracy and then Gray and then Turbo. Not to wait and see, but, that running game would be huge. I mean, I know, Henry didn't do too well early on, but he had a long run in overtime, and his yards per carry just shot up. So it's something the Giants can, offensive-wise, if they keep the game close, obviously keep that running in there. Keep that running in there, right? Because as the defense starts getting tighter, once the third and fourth quarter rolls around, those 1 and 2 yard runs in the first quarter, in the first half turn into 3, 4, 5, 6 plus in the second half. So keep running the ball. Keep running the ball. Plus, you've also figured you can run the ball and being successful on third down, you keep the ball, you keep their offense on the sideline. So this is a fantastic opportunity for the Giants to be 3-3 after 6 games. It'd be a huge opportunity. But you got a wounded duck team coming in, the Bengals. So you got to be careful. All right, so what to expect when Cincinnati has the ball? Very interesting. Oh, yeah. Stats that matter. Giants give up 20.8 points per game, but the Bengals are scoring at 28 points per game. Passing, Giants give up 200 yards per game. The Bengals get 263 yards per game, which is 5th. Rushing, the Giants give up 115. The Bengals only get 96. Well, that's because they're pretty much worried more about throwing the football. Turnovers, the Giants have only gotten 5, but the Bengals have only given up 5. So like 1 a game. So you can, it just, every game is different. But, and it would be nice if the Giants can get 3 or 4 or 5 turnovers or whatever. But, the Bengals have done a pretty decent job of, controlling the ball. I mean, or as far as, not giving the ball up, as far as via the turnover. I said the Giants, Giants have had some very impressive stats defensive-wise so far, but they only got 5 turnovers so far. Pass win rate, Giants are 50% on defense, and the Bengals offense is 59%. Run win rate. Giants are 33%, which is 6th, and the Bengals are 70%. Their run win rate, which is 22nd. As we mentioned at the start of the piece, the Bengals stumbled to a 1-4 on the season. They're typically fielded one of the best offenses in the NFL whenever Joe Burrow is healthy. They're currently 4th in the NFL in points per game and fields the 2nd most efficient offense in the league through 5 weeks. Washington is number 1. Bengals are number 2. Oh, wait. Bengals are no. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Bengals score touchdowns on 12% of their drives. Washington, 13% of their drives. Looks like it. Is that right? No, that can't be right. Offensive series results. Well, maybe that is. Yeah. 2/3 of the Bengals' offensive series get a first down, while 21% result in a score, field goal or touchdown. 21%. Okay, yeah, that is right. So 21%. So 1 out of every 5 drives winds up in a score. Huh, okay. 12% of their drives wind up in touchdowns, 9% in field goals. Only 10% wind up in punts. So basically, they score twice as many times as they punt. So if they punt 3 times, they score 6 times in a game. So how have they been gone about building such an efficient and dangerous offense? Leaving the play of quarterback Joe Burrow aside for now, the simple answer is that they have very good players on offense. They got some good weapons, and do a good job of putting them in position to succeed. That is, of course, what every offensive strives to do. However, not every offense does so in the same way, and the Bengals have multiple strategies for getting their players the ball. As with most teams, they use alignment, formation, and route combinations down the field to create free releases and receiving windows. For example, they're talking about, the Ravens, let's see. The Bengals run a variation of a wide corner out of the bunch with Gesicki and wide receiver Andre Yosevich run a corner pattern post double move that crosses with Gesicki corner route at roughly 10 yards down the field. Yosevich runs 7 to create traffic at 2 levels. First with the defender on T. Higgins stop route. All right. He's explaining a play. He's showing a video up here and he's explaining a play. They talk about Zach Moss here as one of the most effective running backs in the NFL once the Bengals get into scoring position. He currently has the 6th most carries inside of 20 yards, the 7th most carries inside of 10 yards, and the 8th most carries inside of 5 yards. Much has been made of the league-wide drop in scoring in the NFL. Proliferation of middle of the field coverages allows teams to more easily move the ball between the 20s, but also allows defenses to constrict as the field shrinks. Being able to effectively run the ball inside the red zone goes a long way to helping a team score close to the goal line. And, it goes to a passing league and yada, 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 and all that stuff and everything. But, running the ball. If you can run the ball, because as we know, obviously, once you get into the red zone, the field just starts shrinking. They got the same amount of guys on defense. Now they're covering less space because you're getting closer to the line of scrimmage. Closer to the goal line. Everything just starts shrinking up. They don't start taking players off the field. Well, we're down inside the 10, so you take 2 of your players up. No, they still got the same amount of players on the field. Now the same amount of players got to cover a lot less space because you're inside the red zone. But if you can run the ball, right? But it's a pass-happy league, right? Pass. So running the ball effectively inside the red zone goes a long way. Not only do running plays hit faster, but defenses playing with an eye to stop the receivers like Chase and Higgins can be vulnerable to well-schemed and blocked running plays. Absolutely. Talks about Joe Burrow. Burrow has a quick release, good field awareness, more than enough arm strength to threaten all areas of the field. He isn't just an accurate quarterback, but a precision passer who's able to place the ball almost exactly where he wants it. That allows Burrow to attack tight coverages, throw his receivers open, or place the ball such that only his receiver can make a play on it. Burrow's biggest problem has been staying on the field. Absolutely. Says, this shouldn't, hopefully it's not going to happen here. Now, of course, when we played him in 2020, he wasn't on the field, right? He suffered a torn ACL and MCL, partially torn PCL, and partially torn meniscus just before he was set to play the Giants in 2020. Since then, he's had a dislocated finger in 2021, a knee strain in 2022, knee sprain, a strain and a sprain in 2022, acute appendicitis in summer of 2022, a strained calf in July 2023, torn ligament in his throwing hand November 2023. So he's had a ton of injuries. Took Burrow about 5 or 6 quarters to shake off the rust, and he is now playing some of the best football of his career and is performing at an MVP level. Burrow is currently second in the NFL in EPA. He's coming off a 5-touchdown performance against Baltimore Ravens, which saw him attack the whole field. How to derail the Bengals offense. So with discussions of the Bengals scheme, their weapons, and Burrow himself out of the way, how can the Giants stop them? A big part of the equation lies with the Giants' own offense. It's in part due to the opponents they faced, but the Bengals' own defense has been significantly worse than the Giants' defense. Ideally, that will allow the Giants to play the type of conservative ball control offense they favor and end their drives with points on the board. Controlling the clock and forcing the Bengals to play more aggressively than they might prefer would lead to mistakes the Giants' defense can exploit. Run the ball, keep the clock moving, keep the Bengals' offense on the sideline. However, the offensive side of the ball is beyond the scope of this piece and something Nick will be delving into. Let's look at a couple ways the Giants can derail the Bengals' offense and get the ball back for their own offense. That could be easier said than done given the injury to Kayvon. Giants fans are frustrated with the third-year edge rusher because he hasn't stuffed the stat sheet as expected. He'll likely be replaced by Azeez Ojulari, who has very different style. Absolutely. Ojulari is a pure speed rusher, and the Giants might do well to match him up against the Bengals' right tackle. Left tackle Orlando Brown Jr. may have had a dismal combine once upon a time, but now he has the highest pass block win rate in the NFL. He's winning his pass block rate at 97% of the time, while only benefiting from double teams on 23% of the time. That leaves the Bengals free to devote double teams elsewhere on the line, like Dexter Lawrence. That will likely leave Ojulari on an island with rookie Amarius Mims. Mims is a massive and athletic tackle, but also very inexperienced. Defensive coordinator Shane Bowen has been more than willing to employ scheme pressure and blitzes with the Giants than he was with the Titans. That will almost certainly be something the Bengals will be aware of and planning for. So with that in mind, I'd suggest relying more on a simulated pressure and zone blitzes rather than straight blitzing straight ahead. The Giants probably can't afford to send too many 5 or more man pressures against the Bengals. Now, both Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are receivers who command double teams and are open even when covered by a single defender. The Giants send extra pressure and it's picked up. Burrow can exploit a weakened secondary for explosive plays. Absolutely. Joe Burrow's average pass is roughly 1.2 yards short of the first down marker on any given play. So he's throwing the ball. he throws it far. While that might sound short, only 5 quarterbacks in the whole league routinely throw past the sticks. The Giants should concentrate on making sure those passes to the first down marker, particularly on the first and second down, aren't appetizing to Burrow. That means either making him take underneath passes or entice him to hold the ball for deeper throws. The latter is certainly riskier given how good Chase and Higgins are, but it would also give the defense more time to get to Burrow. Finally, we come to the running game. And here's where the absence of Thibodeau may be felt most. Thibodeau is actually a good run defender who is not only good at setting a firm edge, but also shredding blocks to make plays at ball carriers. There have been several instances where backs could have broken long runs against the Giants only to have been brought down by Thibodeau before they could find the open field. Ojulari, on the other hand, is not a good run defender. The Giants may be forced to play more middle of the field closed coverage and have a strong safety down on Ojulari's side to ensure the edge stays firm. So that could be particularly important in the red zone, where the Bengals are more likely to run. It would be more important for the Giants to be disciplined in run defense and to swarm to the ball. Both Zach Moss and Chase Brown hit the hole hard and are difficult to bring down at first contact. All told, the Bengals offense offers a challenge to the Giants defense that bellies their 1-4 record. The personnel matchup harkens back the game against the Minnesota Vikings with a pair of receivers that can make defenses pay for single coverage and secondary options that can keep the offense on schedule. The difference is that we don't know Sam Darnold would play as well as he did. We know that Joe Burrow, we know how capable of playing, how good Joe Burrow is. So, I mean, that's a given. There's a real good chance, that Burrow's just going to, complete 7 out of every 10 passes, 65 to 70% of his passes. As far as I know, it's supposed to be a nice night. There was a small chance of rain, but I mean, so any type of weather is probably not going to be any type of a factor. It's going to be a nice night for football. So if the Giants, don't put up some points, it could be a long night for the Giants. I mean, look at the Giants who were 1-3. Nobody on God's green earth gave them a chance to go to Seattle and beat Seattle. Not only did we go into Seattle, we beat Seattle. The scoreboard didn't tell a story. Giants went in there and dominated the game. Dominated. And I said, if not for that Eric Gray fumble, with about 5 minutes to go in the game, the score could have literally been 30-6, the Giants. So the Giants, nobody gave them a chance. Giants 1-3, right? Giants suck. Giants got Daniel Jones. They don't have Malik Neighbors. They don't have their number one running back. Giants blow. Giants ain't no way winning this game. The Giants literally could have been up 30-6 with 5 minutes to go in the game. So same thing here with the Bengals. Right? It's not people are giving them a shot. Without question, people are giving them a shot. It's just that they're 1-4. They're a wounded duck. This, that, and the other thing. Just because they're 1-4, don't mean jack. Giants are at home. The fans were 2-3, came off a big win against Seattle. Pandemonium and all that and everything. Don't mean nothing. You got to go in there and you got to win the game on the field. So Giants are going to need to control the ball, run the ball, complete those short passes, hold the ball, stay in bounds, whatever. Keep the clock running. Keep Joe Burrow and those guys on the sideline drinking Kool-Aid. Right? And when the defense is on the field, you have to make some stops. And if the Bengals are going to score, which they're going to score, make them earn it. Don't have it first down and 10 at the Bengals 25 and he hits Chase at midfield and he takes it all the way for a touchdown. Can't do that. Can't do that. But once again, that is also a possibility as well too, because we have a young and experienced secondary. So it is what it is. But it should be a good game. Should be a good game. And if with any luck, Giants come out on top and might be 3-3. Keep your fingers crossed. All right, guys, it's been 1 hour. Whoever spent any time listening to me live, thank you. Or if anybody's going to spend any time watching the replay, this once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It really means the world to me. Thank you. As always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.